.17.
Today, I'm going to talk about ball games for PE. There are many good ball games for children. Here are some of them. Firstly, there's football. Secondly, we have rugby. Next, tennis. Then we've got volleyball. And finally, there's hockey. First of all, I'm going to talk about football because it is the most popular game in the world. What type of game is football? Well, it's a team game, of course. It is played by two teams. Each team has 11 players.
4.18.
Okay, so let's look at the value of football in PE. Firstly, it is a good exercise. It is an enjoyable physical activity. Secondly, it helps with coordination. Children need to develop coordination, and football helps with coordination between the eyes and other parts of the body. Thirdly, we have roles in a team. As we have seen, football is a team game, and team games teach children to cooperate with other people. Fourthly, football is a game for all shapes and sizes. Attackers are often short. Midfield players are often tall. Defenders and goalkeepers are often big. Finally, in competitive sports like football, children learn about winning and losing. Life is full of winning and losing, and children need to learn ways of dealing with both.
4.19. Everyday English, talking about games. Exercise B2. Listen and check. Practice the conversations. Conversation 1.
What are you watching?
It's Brazil versus Germany.
Who's winning?
We are. We just scored.
Conversation 2.
What's wrong?
I was hopeless,
You weren't. You played very well.
but we still lost. Conversation 3.
Same time next week?
Sure. Great game.
Yes, that was a brilliant shot just now.
I think it was just luck, really.
Conversation 4.
Was that in or out?
It landed on the line.
I wasn't sure. My point then.
Yes, well played.
Conversation 5.
How did you get on?
Great! We won!
What was the score?
3-1. Conversation 6.
Do you know how to play this game?
Not really.
Do you want to learn?
Okay. How do we start?
4.20. Exercise C1. Listen and check your ideas.
Don't forget, there's a match on the 30th.
Sorry, did you say the 30th?
Yes, that's right.
Fine, I'll be there.
I'll meet you outside the sports centre at 7, okay?
Sorry, did you say 7 or 7:30?
7. Is that okay?
Yes, great. 7 o'clock outside the sports centre.
4.21. Lesson 4.9. Grammar for speaking, must and should. Exercise A2. Listen and check your answers. Notice the pronunciation of must and mustn't in each sentence.
A. There must be an area around the goal which is called the penalty area. B. The goalkeeper mustn't touch the ball with his or her hands outside the goal area. C. The goalkeeper must wear clothes of a different colour from the opponent's clothes. D. The interval between the two halves mustn't last more than 15 minutes. E. The ball must cross the whole of the goal line to score. F. When the ball goes out of play at the sides of the pitch, a player must throw the ball in. G. A player mustn't push another player with his or her hands. H. The referee must allow extra time for injuries and substitutions.
4.22. Exercise C2. Listen and check your answers. Notice the pronunciation of should and shouldn't. You shouldn't use too many coloured backgrounds. You shouldn't use a lot of effects, e.g., flashing words. You shouldn't write full sentences on the slide. You shouldn't read out the slide word for word. You shouldn't stand in front of the screen. You shouldn't talk to the slide. You should talk to the audience. You shouldn't speak quickly. You should pause between sentences. You should wait a few moments between slides.